All right, so it's another time to debate another topic on Soccer Punch here on the Our Media channel. You know, this is the show or the podcast where we tackle all the debatable topics that are making waves in the world of sports. Today we have two things to talk about, very, very debatable issues. As I'm saying that the Blasters should be built around Mohammed Kudus. What do you have to say about that? Do you agree that the Blasters should be built around Mohammed Kudus? So the other topic we would also be discussing is the comment made by Roy Keane, the Manchester United legend, on Erling Haaland after Manchester City played out a goalless draw against Arsenal, where he came out to say that the Manchester City forward plays, or his general gameplay, is like that of a League 2 player. I'm here with my two panelists. That's Forced to my left and then also Harry to my right, and they'll be debating these issues, these two hot topics that we have on the table to talk about. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Mohammed Kudus.
Yes.
As Asamoah says, the team or the new Black Stars team should be built around a player who plays for West Ham. Do you side with him?
First of all, the West Ham bits you brought in is kind of funny because you were there when Asamoah went to China and travel around the world.
Yeah, but the Black Stars wasn't built around. He was only the striker.
He was the main man. Mm-hmm. Was the one banging in goals, carrying the team on his shoulder. See, in this era, in this new football era, you need a young, energetic, consistent, someone who plays at the highest level.
For a team that does not play in the Champions League, that's the highest level, but not in the Champions League.
It's equally a very big platform. He's playing in Europe. He's doing well, banging in goals week after week for West Ham United. A player that a lot of coaches hail, a lot of foreign pundits, including his teammates, hail a lot. You see, it takes a lot to get recognition from other country men, especially the English media, for them to recognize you as one for the future. It's a very, very difficult thing. But let me take you back to the World Cup. You saw what he did?
No.
Mohammed Kudus came in single-handedly, carried Ghana along from
single-handedly
right from day one.
That's the game against South Korea.
He performed same magic. He was winning man of the match. So you see that kind of performance. If you check his ratings on all the websites, who score, goal, live, and stuff after every Ghana match. Is that just the reason why we should build a team around? These are one of the things you need to consider. You see, we have the likes of the Ayu in their prime. Ghana built a team around them. The Ayu, Ajiman Bedu, Samuel Ingu.
Was the team actually built around them? Or they were integral members of that team.
The team was built around them. Okay. I remember 2010 when we were going for the AFCON tournament. Coach Miloban Rajiba dropped the experienced players, carried the youthful players, players who were just coming from under 20 straight into the Blasters. That's what's happening to Kudus now. He's passed through all the ranks from under 17. He played the World Cup with Phil Foden. You remember?
But is he at the same level as Phil Foden now?
Of course, yet. Yes, he's at the same level.
Let me bring Force in for a moment. Force, let me bring you in. A legend of the game, the African game, says it will be prudent for us to build a team around one Mohammed Kudus.
Nobody, absolutely nobody, can dismantle the idea that Kudus is not a good player. Kudus is one of the best midfielders in the world. No doubt about that. But you see, when it comes to building a team around a player, you don't necessarily need to be a good player. There are attributes, there are characteristics, there are tenets that a player must have.
I thought being a good player was actually the paramount one.
When Ghana was up there competing with the best on African terrain, going to the World Cup and then moving into the quarters, to the extent that we nearly went into the semis of the World Cup, the team wasn't built around one player. We had a core, the spine of the team: John Mensah, Sule Muntari, Stephen Appiah, Michael Essien, Asamoah. Anytime the Black Stars were mentioned, these are the names that come into your mind.
But there was still one player who always stood out.
Who was the player?
There was always that one player.
Who was the player? I am telling you that in the history of Ghana football, in the 21st century, you can't tell me that there was one particular player who stood out in the Black Stars.
But it doesn't mean that there aren't teams that have one player that drags the team to
on
trophies.
the basis that yes, a player is going to have a fantastic day. No denial about that. But the point is that a team can never be built around a single player in international football.
Argentina built their team around Lionel Messi.
Argentina did not build their team around Lionel
Portugal
Messi.
built their team around Cristiano Ronaldo.
Portugal did not build their team around Cristiano Ronaldo. When you look at the trajectory that Portugal took before winning the championship, Ronaldo did not have a major impact. You need a player who has character. You need a player
And Kudus
who has
doesn't have
leadership.
that.
You need a player whom, even if he is injured, he's going to be available. If you want to be the epitome or the center of attraction, you have to put your life at risk.
Even when
At
you're
the
injured.
peril, at the peril.
But even when you're injured.
That is why I'm telling you that at the peril of your life, you serve. And if you want the Black Stars to be centered around Kudus, then he has to take a leaf from the likes of Steve Napier. No matter how good a player you are, you need certain characteristics and attributes for a team, for a national team to be built around you.
And I want you to go and give me those characteristics.
Leadership. Kudus lacks leadership. The leadership that Steve Napier brought to the Black Stars, the leadership that Abedi Pele brought to the Black Stars, the leadership that Dede Ayew brought into the Black Stars, Kudus lacks that leadership. Kudus doesn't have the temerity, doesn't have the tenets of a leader.
All right, so it's still the argument that keeps going on, and the place is catching fire because there's still a divided opinion. I don't know what you have to say, my pundits here. I've had their say, so let us hear from you in the comment section. All right, so to our second discussion. First, let me begin with you, Roy Keane. Some funny comments over there, very, very sarcastic, saying that Erling Haaland, a player who scored over 50 goals in the entirety of the 2022-2023 season, has a general gameplay of a League Two player.
That is not sarcastic. Neither is it funny. Roy Keane, in the proper context or in the proper sense of what he said, is right.
Is right.
Absolutely right. He did not say that Haaland is not a good goal scorer.
Yeah.
What he did say was that as a footballer, Haaland is like a League Two player. You see, Haaland is one of the best strikers in the world.
Yeah.
But when it comes to being one of the best players in the world, it's far.
A striker is still a player.
See, let's be sincere to ourselves. We have seen strikers who are ballers. We have seen strikers like Benzema. We have seen strikers like Luis Suarez. Even currently, we have a Lautaro Martinez at Inter Milan. We have a Kylian Mbappe.
Are they better strikers than
you see? These are players who are going to get you averagely 25-30 goals a season.
And Haaland is getting you 40-45.
These are players who are going to get you goals. And these are players who are going to play football. You see, in the absence of goals, what do you add to the team?
But he's about the goals.
Do you know that Man City had to restructure their whole play to accommodate Haaland?
And they won a treble. Unprecedented.
They did not win the treble because of Haaland.
They won the treble because of Haaland.
When it mattered most, the biggest stage of European football, the Champions League finals against Inter Milan, he went missing. That is the essence for which he was bought. That is the essence for which.
So are you going to discredit him for the 10 goals he scored?
I am not discrediting Haaland. He lacks the basic metrics, right? His control is poor. His first touch is poor. His understanding of the game is poor. His movement, great by our standard. When you give him the opportunity and the chance to score a goal, fantastic player by our standard. But on a day, if he doesn't get the supplies, he's as useless as the word itself.
I've not seen any striker score without supplies. And I've not seen a striker whose general gameplay is like that of a League Two player, but then ends up scoring 50 goals in one season.
As you mentioned, it's a very sarcastic comment. You see, the moment I heard this, I was like, Roy Keane, he's just afraid ErlingHaaland will wipe out all his legacy, the legacies he left in the Premier League. So he's carrying some pain.
Pain?
Yes, towards ErlingHaaland. Because scoring 50 goals just last season is insane. Who else?
With a bad touch.
Come on. You need to even control the ball at first to be able to find the back of the net. So if general play, what is general play? What are the basics of a striker? These are the questions you need to be asking. General play, control, jump, control, chest, like with the chest, the knee, the foot. These are general play. Positioning, general play. How a striker positions his or herself is also a general play. And then I don't know if he's always in his pose instead of the opponent's pose. Talking of general play, I mean, I don't even understand it.
But do you think it's important to even, talk about his gameplay when he's getting goals?
To even think of that, to think of a player who got scouted by the almighty Pep Guardiola. Statistics are there. He came to Dortmund. Anytime he was banging in goals, the comments were Farmers League. He came into the Premier League. I think he misfired a bit.
Yeah, I think, the competition.
The social media went gaga. Everyone, welcome to the Premier League. When the league started, first game, I think he scored a hat-trick. He won the Golden Boot in his first season. And he's still topping the goal king as we speak now. Scored 12 solid goals on the road to success. Manchester City success in the Champions League. He won the team the treble, something that had never happened before.
What argument?
Just 2 seasons.
The argument Carrie is making, sincerely to me, is baseless, right? Because Roy Keane did not question the goal scoring abilities of Erling Haaland.
But why would he even
without goals?
Without goals?
You see, against Arsenal, when the chances dried up, he had about only 16 touches in the game for 90 minutes. That is about a touch per 15 minutes.
Why would FIFA nominate a player?
The argument is that
when a player is not good in general play, do you think FIFA will just nominate?
We all understand the dynamics of being nominated. Haaland scores a host of goals. That is not in question.
You need a special IQ to be able to bang in goals.
The idea is that if you're a player, you are not competing you are competing with players who are in the same position with you. And prior to Erling Haaland coming into the Premiership, there have been a striker in the form of Sergio Aguero, one of the most lethal, one of the most complete footballers in the game. And he was a fantastic footballer, the same as a striker. You look at someone like Ibrahimovic, a fantastic footballer, and then a striker. You see,
but these players were not scoring as many as Haaland is scoring now.
In the history of Man City, Sergio Aguero is the topmost.
In the history of the Premier League, Haaland has scored the most goals in a single season.
In a season, in the whole, we just to be able to say that he's a good goal scorer. Not to waste about that. But as a footballer at elitist level, when you need understanding, he comes near.
Please help me answer these questions. Positioning, jump, touches, are these not all qualities of a good player?
These are fundamentals at academy level.
I've never seen a great goal scorer who is not a great player, because I don't know what actually makes a great player. But then maybe you also have your own opinion to share about this Erling Haaland issue. But then this has been a soccer punch where we debate on the most topical and also debatable as well as trending issues here. I was joined by Force and also Courage here on set. My name is Josiah, but then don't forget to subscribe to the Media channel, like, and then also comment on our videos. Thanks for having you. See you next time. Bye.